What is death? There is the physiological ending. We don't mind that. We all see death everywhere. But what human beings are concerned is the psychological ending, the me ending. The me which says, I own this house, my property, my wife, my husband, my knowledge, I'm going to lose all that. Therefore, I don't want to lose. The known is more attractive than the unknown. The known is the factor of fear.
In a rational world.
And we're looking at
yes.
it. So I have to understand, what does death mean? Does it mean that there is a permanent entity, call it the soul, the Hindus call it the art, doesn't matter what name you give it, a permanent entity that never dies but evolves, resurrected, incarnated in time? Is there such thing as permanent entity? Not a theory, not a speculative assertion there is or there is not, but to find out for oneself if there is a permanent entity. The me that says, I must survive. Therefore, I must have future lives, whether in heaven or it doesn't matter. Is there such thing? Which is psychological, which is this, which thought has put together as the me.
I cannot conceive of there being a permanent entity associated with what we call the me.
No, obviously.
Obviously, yes.
Then is there a permanent me apart from that?
But then we can ask the question, is there something immeasurable about me apart from that?
The moment you say the me is the immeasurable, then I'm back again.
You're back again, sorry. Apart from the self.
I'm going to find out.
Yes, now we must pursue that.
There must be discovery of whether there is the immeasurable or not. Not there is or there is not. One must come upon it. The mind must come. So, there is no permanent self. Higher, lower, or no permanency. Therefore, what is? Then, death. Physically, biologically, there is death.
This we all understand. You see it all the time.
Everything goes. What one is afraid of is the psychological accumulation in relationship of every form of image, knowledge, function. That's what we're frightened of losing. That takes the form of the me, which is going to evolve, become more and more perfect till it reaches heaven or whatever you like to call it. We see that's false. Then what is death?
You were suggesting that we can discover the meaning of the words to live by looking for the meaning of the words to die.
They are related.
They are related. Unquestionably, they're related.
They're related.
And most religious writers in the history of comparative religion have said that in order to live, one must die.
So, as I don't read these books or any of these things, it is an actual fact. To live, you must die.
Yes.
Which means dying every day to all the accumulations that you have gathered during the day, ending each day dying. So that the mind is fresh every day, is new.
Yes, and now, in order that we might pursue the question of to live by looking at the question of to die, and looking at it finally.
We do.
The ultimate death.
We do.
Where the body has disintegrated in the grave.
Body is important. Look after it, care for it, and all the rest.
But bury it when it's dead.
Get rid of it.
Get rid of it.
Bury it, burn it.
Whatever.
Simpler.
Yes. Now, suppose that we want to see what happens when one dies, in order to see what happens when one lives. That's what we're doing.
Therefore, I must first understand what it means to live, not what it means to die. My life, one's life as it is a turmoil. As it is. It is chaos. It is a mess. With all kinds of ideals, conclusions, it's a mess. Now, unless if there is no order in this mess, I can't understand what death is. Because death is perfect order. I don't know.
And now, what do you mean? Because order to me is something imposed from without.
I'm coming to that. Death is perfect order because it's the ending of disorder.
All right, I understand.
Hmm?
Yes.
So, there must be the ending of disorder in my living.
Yes.
And the ending of disorder is to be aware what is disorder, choicelessly.
Mm-hmm.
What is disorder? My belief, my gods, my country, my saying this better, all this terrible violence. See it as it is. And when you see it as it is without separation, you have energy, as we went into that. Mm-hmm. Then, in perceiving disorder, there is order, which is harmony. Mm-hmm. Now, having established that, established in the sense, see it, realize, be it, then death is not separate from order. They are together. Order means the ending of disorder.
Yes, and disorder or order means a consciousness of my presence within you, or your presence within me, or of our oneness. We must pursue the question of our becoming aware, or giving this undivided attention, or loving each other, which each other is eliminated.
Yes,
in other words, this is a
there
duality.
There is only a state, sir, look, sir, there is no you and me.
Yes.
I'm not you and you're not me. There is that quality of awareness, choiceless, that sense of attention in which the me and the you ceases.
Yes.
You don't say it's unity. Unity implies division.
Oh, but you're using unity in the mathematical sense now. I'm just using unity in oneness. To me implies oneness to me means the same as undivided attention.
Definitely, yes.
It doesn't mean division. It doesn't presuppose division.
When there is no, this is we are discussing what does it mean to live, to love, and to die.
Yes.
Hmm? That is the ending of disorder is the ending of death. I don't know, it's great beauty in this. Mm. And in that state there is not you and me and if there is no division. Then you can find out in that state what is the immeasurable. Only then you can find out, not before, because then it becomes merely speculation, or somebody says there is immeasurable, there is no God, or God, that's no value. It's only when there is this complete order, really mathematical order, born out of disorder, not a blueprint imposed on disorder. Then you'll find out. Then the mind discovers whether there is an immeasurable or not. That nobody can say yes or no.